Welcome to Family Law Talk. Family Law Talk. Presented by Kirk Stange of Stange Law Firm, PC. Stange Law Firm is a multi-state family law firm. Now, here's your host, Kirk Stange.
Welcome to Family Law Talk. We have an interesting topic today. The topic is the importance of pleading panels, and this is based on an article on our blog, FamilyLawHeadquarters.com, dated February 9th, 2024, and the title of that article is What is a Pleading Panel? So as a follow-up to the episode today, go on over to FamilyLawHeadquarters.com and read the article on this same topic. It'll give you more information and maybe a little more insight in details on the topic we're going to cover today. But let's go ahead and jump on in. Lawyers, when they're representing clients in divorce or family law matters, ought to be organized. Organization can be a big key in terms of a successful outcome. And certainly for any client, one of the things you want to have happen is have a lawyer representing you who's organized. And one of the ways lawyers can stay organized is having the legal file, kept in an orderly manner, so it's easy for the lawyer to find what it is they're looking for. And one of the ways lawyers can do this is through having a pleading panel. Now, a pleading panel, what we're talking about here, is a compilation of all the pleadings, motions, orders, judgments, sometimes even the discovery in the case can all be contained in the pleading panel. Every law firm is going to do this a little bit different. They're going to have their own nuances in terms of how it takes place, but typically what we're talking about is all these pleadings will be kept in a chronological order from the beginning of the case until the end of the case. So along the way, the pleading panel is getting updated. And normally the way most law firms do this is they two-hole punch it in terms of all the documents. So they're two-hole punched at the top. They then are tacked down through these metal clips, if you will, that go through the two holes, fold back, and it keeps everything tacked down. At the front of the pleading panel should be something that looks like a table of contents. And so it will list by date and name what it is that was filed in the case. And then typically next to the table of contents, if you will be a number. So it might say 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Some law firms could use letters, but then typically what happens is there's a tab at the beginning of each document. So if a lawyer wants to find the 5th document in the pleading panel, they just go to tab 5. If they want to find the 20th document in the pleading panel, they just go to tab 20, and then they're right there. Some law firms can take this even a step further, and they bait stamp it. Now, some individuals might ask what bait stamping is. It's just numbering. So in theory, it's page 50, page 75. So you use a bait stamp to have a page number for each document. So it's easy to go to the tab, find the document, and then there's even a page number below that, which makes it very easy for a lawyer to find what it is they are looking for. Okay, so that's kind of it in a nutshell in terms of why they're useful, in terms of why lawyers would want these, and why really clients should want their lawyer to do something like this is for this reason. One, in court, could be a pretrial conference, settlement conference, could be a trial, but oftentimes lawyers need to be able to find legal documents quickly. And if a pleading panel is put together and it's organized in a way that makes sense to the lawyer, most lawyers can then quickly find whatever it is they're looking for. And the truth is, when lawyers come into court, they might have an idea about what the judge is going to be interested in or want to hear more details on, but sometimes lawyers could be thrown off and something could come up that the lawyer wasn't ready for, and it could be in relation to a pleading or a motion that was from months prior. And so the last thing a client would want their lawyer doing is flipping through the file furiously, trying to find whatever this pleading is. What most clients are going to want is a lawyer who can calmly, smoothly, quickly pull out that pleading panel, go to the right document, find the exact page, and then quickly be able to respond to whatever it is that's coming up. All right, so that can be a huge benefit for a client in terms of having a lawyer who's organized, who's able to quickly find what it is they need. In other matters, look, if a lawyer is in the office and they're working, it is going to save a client a lot more in fees if they have a lawyer that's organized. I mean, if a lawyer's wasting time looking for things and they're billing by the hour and they can't find what it is they're looking for, then in theory, when the lawyer's billing hourly, it could end up costing them more money than if the lawyer simply had a pleading panel and they could quickly, efficiently, and effortlessly get to the document that they're looking for simply by going to the table of contents, then getting, looking at the tab in relation to whatever the number of the document is and getting right where they need to be. So look, this is better in court, and it's also better for the lawyer in the office when they're working if they can find these items. And really the same for any of their legal staff as well. If the legal staff's going in and they're going to help with something, they're going to respond to a motion or respond to discovery, or if they want to give the client a copy of something, it works a lot better if they can quickly and efficiently find what it is they're looking for. All right, and look, if a lawyer doesn't have a pleading panel, and not every lawyer does this, I mean, in theory, it's not the end of the world, but the problem just is if they're in court and all of a sudden something comes up in a prior motion, petition, order, something from months ago, and the lawyer can't find what it is they're looking for in court, lots of judges can frown upon that because they just look disorganized. And this is in family law, certainly in other areas of law. Let's say a case where there's a jury trial or something like that. I mean, a jury's not going to like it if the lawyer's furiously flipping through papers, let's say in a file, typically, legal files typically in Redwells, or maybe it's in a banker's box. And if the lawyer's furiously flipping through a banker's box or Redwell trying to find something, it just doesn't look good to the jury, and certainly it doesn't look good to a judge as well. And that's why pleadings in a pleading panel is just huge. So again, not every lawyer does it, but I think lawyers that want to be organized do it, or they do something like it. That way they can quickly and efficiently find what it is that they're looking for. Now, one of the questions some individuals have is, well, who does this? Who maintains a legal file or a pleading panel within the legal file in a law office? And obviously, this can vary by the law office, but typically this is going to be the job of a paralegal or a legal assistant in a law office. Maybe a law clerk who's a law student, might assist with this as well. That would be another option in terms of how it works. I mean, in theory, a lawyer could do this, but this is typically not a lawyer task. This is more a task for a paralegal, a legal assistant, or a law clerk or something like that in terms of maintaining this. And obviously, maintaining a pleading panel is something that has to be done regularly throughout the duration of the case. So as new stuff comes in, new petitions, motions, orders, things like this, all of this needs to then be added as the case goes. And so a good pleading panel is regularly updated on a regular basis as new stuff is coming in. It shouldn't be a situation where lawyers rushing something like that to do that at the end. It should be done regularly, effortlessly, and just part of the regular course of maintaining the file in the client's matter, okay? So again, this is the topic at hand. The topic at hand is the importance of pleading panels. I think they're very important. I think lawyers that are organized do this and then make sure their office keeps up with this, because it definitely is going to help the lawyer, particularly when they have lots of cases and maybe lots of stuff going through their mind. It's a great thing when they can quickly and efficiently find whatever it is that they need in the courtroom or in the law office. So definitely a good thing. And for the clients, I mean, you should want lawyers who do this. Yeah, you might get charged a little bit for the paralegal, the legal assistant to do this, but ultimately this is a good thing. And I guess just as a final matter, if you request your file at the end of the case, it's nice to have a file that's organized. The last thing most clients want is just a bunch of paper sort of stacked together and without any kind of organization behind it. So having it organized in a pleading panel is going to make it much easier for the client as well in terms of finding whatever it is they're locating. All right, well, that's the topic at hand today. Again, as a follow-up to the episode today, go on over to familylawheadquarters.com. Read the article titled, What is a Pleading Panel? The date is February 9th, 2024, and that'll give you more information on this topic. But thanks for tuning in today, and stay tuned to our next episode coming up on Family Law Talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to Family Law Talk with Kirk Stange. Visit StangeLawFirm.com for more about today's topic or to put Stange Law Firm to work for your family today. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Neither the Supreme Court of Missouri or Illinois reviews or approves certifying organizations or specialist designations. The information you obtained in this podcast is not, nor is it intended to be, legal advice. You should consult an attorney for advice regarding your individual situation. We invite you to contact us and welcome your calls, letters, and electronic mail. Contacting us does not create an attorney-client relationship. Please do not send any confidential information to us until such time as an attorney-client relationship has been established. Past results afford no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own merits. Kirk Stange is responsible for the content. Headquarters, Office, 120 South Central Avenue, Suite 450, Clayton, Missouri, 63105. Kirk Stange is licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Kansas.